Does fasting make you lose muscle? Should you train before or after Iftar? And can you take creatine during Ramadan? These are questions and concerns you may have if you want to keep great fitness throughout the holy month of Ramadan. I'm here to help because you can definitely maintain your fitness and even make progress during Ramadan. I will show you exactly how every year I'm able to keep great fitness during the month of Ramadan so you can copy my strategy while still making the most of this holy month. Now, about Ramadan, it's a month in which Muslims from all around the world fast from the break of dawn to sunset. The length of your fast depends on your geographical location. In most places, the fast takes somewhere between 12 to 18 hours per day. Not giving your muscles protein for such a long time will result in muscle loss, right? No, Habibi, that's a myth. The human body is designed to tolerate long fasting windows without having to burn its own muscle. Especially if you continue training and have good protein sources during the feeding window, muscle loss should not be a concern. Just check this study by a Tunisian university. When the participants continued lifting weights throughout the month of Ramadan, they were able to maintain muscle. Another study found that you can improve your squatting and deadlifting strength during Ramadan if you continue your workout program. You can compare your nutrition during Ramadan with intermittent fasting. As long as you continue your workouts, maintain a reasonable calorie intake, and consume enough daily protein, your fitness progress will continue as usual. Of course, there are other challenges like getting enough sleep and navigating all the amazing family food, but we'll get to that in a second. First, what time to train? I typically time my workout right after Iftar. I usually break my fast with a protein shake, some dates, and a small energy bar. After the Maghrib prayer, I then go straight into the gym and get a quality workout completed. Once I get back from the gym, that's when I would have a full meal. The reason I approach it like this is based on a recent 2023 study on training timing during Ramadan. The researchers divided 40 men into two groups. One group trained a few hours before Iftar, while the second group trained after Iftar. The good news, both groups were able to at least maintain muscle and strength. So if your goal is to maintain muscle, training timing does not matter. Train at the time that's most convenient for you. But if you want to maximize your muscle gains, training after Iftar has a small benefit, because the group that trained after Iftar saw slightly better muscle development. This likely is because when you are in a fed state, you are able to push yourself harder in the gym and you will be better hydrated. Now, it may not always be possible to train after Iftar if you have to attend a family event. On some days, I will train before Iftar so I can break my fast with family or friends. Attending the Tarawih prayer is another thing to consider in your timing. I am in the Netherlands and there's about 2.5 hours between the Maghrib and Isha prayer. So on days that I do not have a family event, that leaves me enough time to get a workout in between the two praying times. But if training after Iftar seems difficult for you, feel free to time your workout before Iftar. Karim Benzema used to score hat-tricks while fasting for Ramadan, and Kyrie Irving dominated the court while being fasted. So I am sure that you will be able to manage a self-paced fasted workout well. In terms of nutrition, because we have these extended fasting periods, naturally you will have a lower calorie intake. We see this in intermittent fasting research. When people fast for 14 or more hours in a day, they end up eating fewer calories, and this can help you realize fat loss progress more easily. For this reason, Ramadan can be a good time to maintain a calorie deficit and lose body fat. Approach it like you would do any fat loss phase. Set your calories in a deficit, focus on consuming enough protein, and eat nutritious foods to energize your body. For most people that want to lose fat at a healthy and sustainable rate, setting your calories at between 10 to 12 calories per pound of your goal body weight is a good target. So if your goal body weight is 170 pounds, consume between 1700 to roughly 2000 calories per day. If you are very active, stay closer to the 2000 calories per day, while if you are more sedentary, aim closer towards the 1700 range. In terms of protein intake, consume at least 0.7 grams per pound of your goal body weight. So in the 170-pound example, that is consuming roughly 120 grams of protein daily. If you reach these calorie and protein targets while consuming mostly whole nutritious foods, you will see fat loss progress. Continuing to lift weights will help you maintain muscle as you drop body fat in this calorie deficit. I will also have a mini fat loss process throughout Ramadan in which I maintain 2,000 to 2,200 calories per day with at least 130 grams of protein. On the workout day, I will break my fast with a protein shake and a small snack before training. After the workout, I will have a meal that contains a protein, vegetable, and carbohydrate source like you can see on the screen next to me, with also one bowl of traditional Moroccan harira soup. That's a Ramadan classic, I cannot live without that. Then it will be time for the Isha prayer. After the prayer, it's basically just hydrating and getting good sleep so you can wake up for the Suhoor meal. Suhoor is a breakfast meal before sunrise. I personally like to have oats with some protein powder mixed into it, but you can also have eggs or Greek yogurt for a high-protein breakfast. Essentially, nutrition does not have to be complicated. There will also be days in which you enjoy a flexible meal with family or friends. Simply enjoy these moments because quality time with your loved ones is important as well. Now, when it comes to supplements, do you need anything special during Ramadan? The short answer is no. I typically just take 3 supplements throughout the year, including Ramadan. That's whey protein, vitamin D, and creatine. Whey protein is a helpful tool for enhancing your daily protein intake. If you can consume enough protein from just your food during the Iftar and Suhoor meal, then that's awesome and you do not need whey protein. But it is difficult to get 120 to 130 grams of protein just from food if you eat 2 meals a day, unless you have something like a full chicken. So that's why I take whey protein. Now, for vitamin D, I live in the Netherlands and we do not get much sunlight. My vitamin D levels are impacted by this. As shown by research, vitamin D is important for energy management and even physical performance. So supplementing with vitamin D is typically recommended if you live in a place without much sunlight. You can also consider other vitamin supplements like a multivitamin, but if you have a nutritious diet, then typically this is not necessary. When it comes to creatine, you will often hear people say that they stop creatine supplementation during Ramadan. Many people are concerned that they are not hydrated enough to tolerate creatine during Ramadan. But if you continue getting between 2.5 to 4 liters of liquid every day during your feeding window, creatine supplementation during Ramadan should be fine. For individuals with pre-existing kidney or liver issues, play it safe and check with your doctor before supplementing with creatine. But for healthy individuals, as long as you are well hydrated in the feeding window, you will be fine continuing creatine. Now I'd like to show you my training program during Ramadan just so you have an idea of how I go about my training sessions during this fasting month. I will maintain a 4-day per week upper-lower routine. 2 days per week, I will be training the upper body. The workouts will look as follows. As you can see, I perform 6 exercises per workout, mostly compound exercises like the bench press, pull-ups, and rows, with also some isolation work to focus on isolating the arms and shoulders. Now for the legs, this is how my 2 leg days look. Because leg workouts are more physically demanding, I perform roughly 5 exercises per workout here, still with compound movements like the back squat, Romanian deadlifts, and split squats. The workouts I just showed you are slightly lower in volume than my usual workouts. I typically reduce the length of my training sessions by about 15 to 20% during Ramadan, just so I can maintain good training intensity and not burn out by the end of the month. Before finishing this video, some perspective. I talked a lot about how to build muscle and lose fat during Ramadan, and that's because I run a fitness channel, but Ramadan of course goes way beyond fitness. During this fantastic month, let's contribute to our communities, be there for family, and get closer to your faith. And you know, fitness can be a part of your month still, but in a balanced way. I want to end this video by saying Ramadan Mubarak to all my brothers and sisters. May Allah make this a blessed month for us all, and I look forward to seeing you in that next video.